Hi. Hi. This is a quick word. Wanted to just do this to share with you what the Lord is saying again concerning what uh, what we're currently studying. Um, we're in we're right now in Jeremiah 35. Uh, we're going to do 36 this week, but in 35, he he's talking about the Recabites. Now, as a background to what I want to, the quick admonishment I'd like to give you is a quick admonition. I'd like to just recap 33. He talks about two families, which are the family of, of David and the family of the Levites. One serving, one family being the priestly family, and David being the royal family or the kingly family. They mention this to reiterate the fact that both these families, both the priestly and the king and the royal family, both of these branches of lineage are servants. We have to remember this and keep it firm in our heads, just like the landholder in Luke, that even though these people in this life are our servants, that to God we're all the same. We are none of us higher than the other because of a worldly position that we may hold, and we are, as children of God, descendants of God, the offspring of God, we are both kings and priests. That puts us in both of these families, both of these lineages, and we are responsible to remember that we are servants. We are slaves, we are servants, we are at once children of the Most High God, the king's kids, and servants and slaves. So we have to remember, it's a matter of genuine humility, learning this, and it will affect our effectiveness with other people. But quickly, in 34, he gives the people a directive because they're getting ready to go into captivity in Babylon. There's no way they can avoid it. You are going into captivity. You will be there 70 years. If you go willingly, it'll be 70 years. You can prosper and you can grow just like you did in Egypt. But it can't. If you don't, then I'm going to kill you. It's as simple as that. Okay. So, but one thing he tells them as they prepare to go in is, let your slaves and your servants, your bondservants, let them go. Why? It wasn't the 7-year period, was not up of indentured servitude, as we would call it. It wasn't a Sabbath year where they were supposed to let them go. It was, you're getting ready to go into captivity. You need to go into captivity as equals. So none of you is higher, better than the other. You go into captivity. You are all yoke servants. If you take this yoke upon you, then I will make it easy for you. But if you try to take on, decide you're not going to take the yoke, then I will kill you. Now, what these people did is they said, oh, okay, we'll let them go. But then when you're used to luxury and you're used to people waiting on you, serving you or whatever, you don't want to let go of that. So they let them go, but then they took them back into captivity. In essence, they backslid, they disobeyed. And he said, because of this, now I'm going to bring on you those things that we modern day don't like to say that God does. He's going to bring the sword. He's going to bring famine. He's going to bring pestilence. He's going to bring the sword. He's going to bring famine. He's going to bring pestilence. He's going to bring disease. He's going to bring plagues. He's going to bring famine. hunger. He's going to bring the sword. People are literally going to come kill you because you have disobeyed, because you have backslidden, because I told you to do something and you didn't do it. He contrasts that in 35 with the Recabites. The Recabites, he told, 200 years prior, when they helped Jehu to rid the place of Baal worshippers, he said to this group, this tribe of people who had attached themselves to Judah and remain, they're still there in Medina today. He said, now I want you to don't drink wine. Now this was not like a Nazirite vow where it was on one person. This was the whole family. He said, I don't want you to drink wine, not your sons, not your daughters, not your mamas, not your daddies, not your cousins. I don't want you drinking wine. Don't drink wine. And live in tents. Don't attach yourself to the things of this world. In other words, live in tents, be free, and make your allegiance to me. Well, these people did just that. They were still doing it some 200 years after they had made this pledge. Now, Jeremiah, to show the Jews, the people of Judah that obedience does exist, he took these people. He said he took the leaders of them and took them into a room in the temple. And he says, now he put wine everywhere, bowls of wine, cups of wine everywhere. He said, now I want you to drink the wine. Now this is the prophet telling them, drink the wine. And these people said, no, we will not drink wine. We will not drink wine because that is a covenant that we made with God, and I don't care what you say, we will not drink wine because God has said that we should not. Now, here's a challenge to you. If God told you to do something, you need to be doing it and doing it the way he told you to do it. And if someone else has laid hands on you and told you, oh no, I don't know why they told you you had the gift of helps. You are a bishop. Listen, I don't know. Flattering titles will get you killed. That's what the Bible says. Now, I need you to understand that God is not playing. When you don't obey him, he says you are profaning, polluting his name. Don't do that. Obey God. No matter what anybody else says, you do what God tells you to do. You do what God says and don't go around looking for somebody to lay hands on you and release you from what God told you to do. And if God told you to stop doing something, say these guys with drinking. Well, I've been wanting to have a drink for a while, so I think I'm just going to go on and have a drink because Jeremiah said it was okay. If God told you not to drink, you better not be drinking. And I don't mean water either. You know what I'm talking about. So don't try to sidestep. Don't transgress. The little baby, 3-year-old, Camille's 3-year-old great-granddaughter says, what's transgression? It's when you try to go around the truth, okay? Don't try to go around the truth. Do what God told you to do, and don't let anybody lead you to believe that you can be released from that. I love you. I love you.